for Saturday?
Yeah, I felt like our guys, to me, where I gauge it is how we start games defensively and then how we start the half. And that's what we work on a lot and talk about. And so we set the tone. I felt like starting the game, we had some turnovers. And then really coming out of halftime, that's something we haven't been as good. We've more traded baskets with people. And for them to score, 2 points, for us to start with 3 stops or whatever it was, and have that 2 points speaks to our guys, being focused, being intentional, and dictating things defensively.
Beyond that, though, they did, in both halves, get a little adversity where you guys gave up a little bit of a lead and then ran back out. Did that show you anything after the last few games?
Yeah, for sure, because there's, you get to those points where, they score a couple or, for us, I felt like a lot of times it was unique plays that were happening offensively. Maybe we fumbled it away or we had possession and coughed it up or whatever it was. And then now they're flying it right back at us, and we've got to find a way to string together some stops and have some resolve. So not to say you want that to happen, but I think it's a good sign that it did happen in both halves, and how we responded to it was important. Should give our guys confidence, moving forward, because we're going to have adversity, we're going to have challenges, and we preach a lot about that mental toughness and how we respond to things when they don't go your way.
TJ, just talk a little bit about Jazz. I mean, just from the very beginning, obviously, the first shot.
Yeah, I mean, he stepped up in a major way. I mean, offensively, he was so effective. Obviously, he makes the threes, but he's just a winning player, man. You just have him out there, and you can just tell the ball moves better. He just understands how to play, what we need from him. And then defensively and on the glass, he just does such a great job too. So it's great to see him back, playing the way that we know he can play. And it gives us another weapon offensively to take some, maybe pressure or responsibility from other guys, where we can get a little bit more balance.
His best game maybe as a Cyclone?
I think so. I mean, I felt like it was. And certainly tonight, to make those shots early and be able to open up the floor for us and spread the court out, those are really important. So when you look at, we really needed a win, we needed somebody to step up, and he was a guy that did that in a major way. I'd say that's right up there at the top for him as a Cyclone.
What made you decide to go with him in the starting lineup?
It's just, you get to points in the season, and I think you just, reinvent your team, or just a different energy can help things. Obviously, Caleb's been, his back hasn't been great, and so felt like it could help alleviate some pressure from him. Certainly, you go into this game, and they're a team that's a lot bigger and more physical, so that extra size and length is helpful as well. And I really liked what I saw from Jazz, even though, we didn't play great on Saturday. I thought he was a bright spot there, and thought we could use that energy and enthusiasm and, and do it from there. So just more than anything, just gut feel, instincts based on where our team was at and what could be helpful for us.
After the last game, you kind of talked about how free throws cost you a chance at being in the game at the end. Now this time around, free throws might have been the reason that you took the win. Kind of how important was that tonight?
Yeah, it definitely was. And, I felt like our guys going to the line, and I think it was 15 to 17 or whatever it was, and making those are big for us. I mean, we need to do a better job, running more physical offense, especially – people try to pressure us a little bit more and come after us, and we've got to we've got to attack, get to the paint, and then we got to convert. When you get to the line, and that you have those opportunities, you got to put points on the board, and we certainly did that tonight.
What's the 1-3-1 look give you guys defensively?
Well, it's disruptive in terms of you get guys to stand a little bit more flat-footed. They're not able to drive it downhill at you. Certainly, Ball is a terrific player, and as it gets later in the game, he's going to be coming at you full steam ahead, and as much as you can practice and prepare for it, it's still tough to defend. So it helps us to slow teams down. Helps us slow teams down, disrupt rhythm. I think with the 1-3-1, it's one of those defenses where you might have an open three early, you're not sure if you should take it, and then it might live in your head as you get later in the clock, and it still incorporates some of the same principles that our man defense does. So it was really effective for us tonight, especially late.
With Jazz on the front of it, does it make it better?
Yeah, Jazz is – he's got a tremendous natural feel. He knows personnel. He knows when you're trying to throw a pass to the elbow ball screen. He always just seems to get a foot, a hand, something. And once you do that once, now you live in those guys' heads. So he's really good, and having him in it certainly is a lot more effective.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Man,
Thank you.
Maybe by next season, we'll have that clock.
it's unbelievable.